From MTN News, you're watching Montana This Morning.
I'm Dennis Bragg in Missoula. Up next, a look at the latest forecast for the wildfire season.
I'm Joe St. George in Burlington, Vermont. The Black Lives Matter movement prompted cities around the country to discuss police funding. We head to a city that actually defunded the police and why some have regrets 2 years later.
Grammy weekend is here. I'm Danya Backus with a look at what you can expect for music's biggest night.
6:31 on this spring Thursday.
Isn't that lovely?
Chet Lehman, Matt Elbow with
Wow.
you. It's beautiful out there. I love the lights on the head frames and the lights in the sky.
And the silhouette.
It's just
looks
beautiful. Yeah, it is a
fantastic.
beautiful time of year.
It's not as beautiful on some of the area roadways. If you can see it, the snow is letting up here at the studio, but we're still going to be dealing with some scattered snow showers for parts of the area. I'm going to talk about who's being affected the most out of this here. Temperatures into the 30s for most of the area. This snow is drifting out of here in a pretty quick fashion. This model run is actually nailing it for the most part. We still have some heavier snow in a few of the mountain ranges across southwest Montana for the morning. Afternoon, you may see a few spotty snow showers, but overall, temperatures should be back into the 40s. Unfortunately, a little extra wind will make it feel chilly. You're going to want a couple of extra layers as you step out the door or your kids step out the door. Talk more about this, of course, coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Matt. 6:32. Our top story this half hour, a Bozeman-based nonprofit says it will replace the Montana Department of Public Health and Human Services as the sole administrator of the federal Title X funds in the state. Bridger Care awarded just over $2 million to support a statewide network of 8 providers and 16 service sites known as the Montana Family Planning. Title X is a federal grant program for clinics providing family planning and related preventative health care. That includes birth control, pregnancy testing and counseling, sexually transmitted infection education and treatment, and a broad range of preventative care. Bridger Care does not offer abortions, and Title X funds cannot be used for abortions as a method of family planning. However, clinics that provide broad family planning as well as abortion or abortion-related services are eligible to receive those funds after a 2021 federal rule change. Organization says that this change will ensure that Title X funding and services will continue to go to nonprofit family planning clinics that have traditionally received them, despite a new state law that would have made those clinics a low priority for funding or would have completely excluded them.
What they introduced with House Bill 620 was a tiered approach where they prioritized nonprofit family planning centers last in who should be funded through Title X.
Now, in a statement to MTN, Department of Public Health and Human Services says it was disappointed with the government's decision not to renew funding for the state program and, quote, "We recognize, however, that recent pro-abortion federal rule changes have distorted Title X and conflict with Montana law, as well as the Gianforte administration's priority of expanding primary care." Now, the rule change DPHHS is referring to is an October 2021 rule by the Biden administration that reversed a 2019 Trump administration rule, which prohibited Title X funds from going to any program where abortion is a method of family planning. In other news, the push to fight violent crime in American cities getting the attention of President Biden, who this week in his budget proposal requested over $30 billion increase in funds to help police departments nationwide. That got us wondering what is happening to the cities that a few years ago actually reduced traditional police funding in response to the murder of George Floyd. Our Joe St. George reports now in depth.
A lot of cities talked about defunding the police. You guys actually did it.
We did, yeah.
Let's go for a walk, shall we, with City Councilman Jack Hansen. He doesn't represent you, but he does represent Burlington, Vermont. I get it. This isn't where you live, but it can give your town unique perspective on how the police funding debate in our country is going. After the police protests and outcry in 2020, Jack and other city leaders here told police they needed to cut around 30 positions, a 30% cut.
As people would leave, we wouldn't replace them.
2 years later, how's it going?
It's been mixed.
Opinions now vary. The police chief told me officers have either retired or decided to work elsewhere. Recruitment has been challenging. Now, only 60 officers are able to respond to calls. That's around 20 short of what independent studies and even many city councilmen want.
Gun incidents are up, burglaries.
Kelly Devine runs the business association here and says a lack of police has resulted in a rise in unsolved petty theft and vandalism, which impacts business.
This downtown needs to be for everybody. It needs to be for families, young children.
So is defunding still happening?
We got into a situation where we just didn't have enough public safety response.
Jack, who voted to defund the police 2 years ago, actually voted in recent months to give $800,000 worth of retention and sign-on bonuses to officers. There's a separate effort to create more police positions, too. This shift is happening around the country. New York City voted to cut funding too in 2020. 2 years later, it has increased following a spike in violent crime. In Minneapolis, there were initial cuts. Now, more funding. In Baltimore, a similar story. As a sign of how much has changed, President Biden this week put a $30 billion increase in police funding in his budget.
Ultimately, I think we are moving in the right direction.
Back in Burlington, Jack doesn't want you to think the defund movement was a complete failure. Programs to help the mentally ill got improved nationwide, and police budgets are now better scrutinized.
A huge change was made in a short amount of time.
In Burlington, Vermont, I'm Joe St. George.
Back here at home, a wet spring could be the best buffer to another hot, dry summer of wildfire risk across Montana. MTN's Dennis Bragg dives deeper into the new fire forecast being released this week.
I'm Dennis Bragg of Missoula. A wet spring could be the best buffer to another hot, dry summer of wildfire risk in the northern Rockies, helping to offset a fairly mild end to the winter.
After a fairly robust start to a La Niña-fueled winter, snow and rain has been a lot harder to find since the first of the year. But at least in western Montana, forecasters with the National Interagency Fire Center say overall easing of the drought and near normal readings for moisture could forestall the intensity of the fire risk in late spring and early summer. While fires may hit sooner in eastern and southwest Montana, west of the divide, the April 1st outlook is more optimistic. Forecaster Stephen Ippoliti says if the La Niña ocean current extends into early summer, it could make a difference.
It can, and just because it goes into El Nino doesn't mean you're going to get rain. It just means that the probability of rain increases.
In the newly released forecast, one of the bright spots are the higher totals of snow water equivalent, or how much moisture is collected in mid to upper elevations where the worst fires can burn.
But if you look up to the north, we're still at 105% of the snow water equivalent. And even into Idaho, 107, 92, 104 in some of the Bitterroot areas, and 90s in even west central Montana. And then the driest area right now is southwest Montana.
But that delicate dance between climbing temperatures and rain is tough to predict this year, with the cycle pointing toward typical midsummer impacts.
It changes, it starts warming up and still at below normal spreads across most of our area again, actually the entire area again. But as we get later into the summer, you can see that starts backing off again.
Last year's hot, intense heat wave in June extended the fire season, with some southwest Montana blazes burning for months. I asked Ippoliti if that could happen again.
So seeing that we're already seeing temperatures that are above normal in some areas, it wouldn't be too far-fetched to say, yeah, we could have another warm or hot summer again. Where it happens to be hot or above normal, that's still too hard to tell.
So the takeaway from this latest forecast, don't grumble about spring rains.
The longer we stay like this, the better off we are. I know it's not the best weather for people outside, especially in spring, want to get out, but you know, for fires, this is better.
In Missoula, Dennis Bragg, MTN News.
All right, after being delayed because of a coronavirus wave, the 64th Grammy Awards will take place this Sunday. This year, the show has a new venue, but it still promises to showcase some of the biggest names in music. CBS's Danya Bacchus has a preview.
Music's biggest night will have a new look again. For the first time in Grammy history, the award show is taking place in Las Vegas. Trevor Noah is back as the host.
It's going to be as intimate as last year's, but then with a certain air of relaxation that we didn't get the luxury of having last time around.
This year, jazz artist and Late Show with Stephen Colbert bandleader Jon Batiste leads the nominations with 11, including Album and Record of the Year. But it's newcomer Olivia Rodrigo who is expected to win big with 7 nominations.
Olivia was the breakout artist of last year. She had the killer song, she had the killer story, she had the familiarity from being in High School Musical.
Along with Rodrigo, BTS, Lil Nas X, Billie Eilish, Brothers Osborne, and Her are just some of the artists expected to perform.
This year, I'm excited to see anybody on stage, because I think that's what makes the Grammys amazing, is it's basically, you know, the year's biggest all-round concert.
This year's award show doesn't come without a little drama. Rapper Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, has been barred from performing, but with 5 Grammy nods, he can still attend the show.
Not all of the awards he is nominated for are in the main show, but Album of the Year certainly is. And if he wins that or a different televised award, again, he can walk up, he can say heaven knows what.
Rock group Foo Fighters is nominated for 3 Grammys and was scheduled to perform, but canceled all of their upcoming tour dates due to the untimely death of drummer Taylor Hawkins. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.